All right, guys, and I think we are officially back now. Yes, we are online. Sweet. All right. So, we just finished our two-lane EDH deck tech, and now we're getting into the fun stuff. We are going to be playing today some Kethis Combo, the hot new sauce in Standard right now. What the heck is this deck? What the heck does it do? Why are there so many legendary permanents? I'm confused. Don't worry, I'm here. I'll lead you through it. We're good. Mom's Basement streams on Juice. If you're joining us on YouTube right now to start this stream, or at the start this video, um, let's break this deck down. All right. So we have a play set of Mox Amber. 0 mana. Tap it to add a mana of any color among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. So, we'll get into this card a little bit more in a minute. Let's break down some of the other cards first. We got our Diligent Excavator. Whenever you cast a historic spell, so a legendary spell or an artifact, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Fibblethip the Lost, when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. If it enters your battlefield from the library, you draw 2 cards. And then, if it becomes the target of a spell or ability, you shuffle it into your library. Lazav the Multifarious, a 1/3. You surveil one when it enters, and you can pay X, where it's the mana cost of a creature in your graveyard, and it makes him a copy of that creature, but his name is still Lazav the Multifarious, and he still has that ability. Then we have Kethis the Hidden Hand, the man, the myth, the legend, the elf advisor himself, a 3/4 for 3. All legendary spells you cast cost 1 generic less to cast. You can exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard until end of turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains you may play this card from your graveyard. Teferi Time Raveler, the man, the myth, the legend we played with last week for our Teferi Tribal Week. Make sure you check out that video on our YouTube if you haven't. It was pretty fun. We did some cool stuff. I think it's actually releasing on YouTube tomorrow. It's just still in preview mode right now. And then we have Oath of Kaya. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker creature, attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player. You gain 2 life. Why don't any of my creatures have mustaches? That's a good question. I think Diligent Excavator would look super hot with a mustache right now. We should definitely hook her up with one of those. If anybody else thinks that Diligent Excavator deserves a mustache, please drop that in the comments. I know I've got my sexy Ned Flanders today. That was a byproduct of a really bad shaving accident that happened. I was supposed to take a little bit off the top and accidentally took the whole thing off, so whoops, there we go. Beardless freak now. I'm just going to sip my iced coffee and pretend that didn't happen, though. So, continuing our list, we have 2 copies of Ashiok Dream Renderer. Spells and abilities your opponents cast can't cause their controller to search their library. I'm disappointed too. I miss my beard. He'll come back though. It's okay. I'm very German. My beard grows at like a hyper accelerated speed. So we'll have some hot juice beardiness back here on the channel within like probably 2 to 3 weeks. It's okay though. But Ashiok mills target player 4 cards and exiles all cards in all opponents' graveyard. Tashar, Ancestor Apostle, 2/2 flying for 4, is a legendary bird cleric, and whenever you cast a historic spell, you return target creature card with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then Tamio, Collector of Tales. Spells and abilities your opponents cast cannot cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. This card is hilarious, and I hope it keeps doing the work that it has been doing, because everybody does not read the static ability of this card. I have been thought erasured like 5 times off camera practicing this deck with this card in play, with my opponents not realizing they can't make me discard. I've been Angrath rampaged a couple times with people not realizing I can't actually sacrifice anything. It is hilarious. It makes people scoop. It makes them pissed off. I love it. This card is actually just a great disruption in Standard right now, and no one actually knows it. But you can also use her +1, where you name a non-land card, mill the top 4 of your library, and if one or more of those cards is said named card, you get to add them into your hand, and then it's -3 returns any card from your graveyard to your hand, including lands. Woo! And then we have the removal spell that you have never seen in a Standard deck since the Tashar Combo deck, Urza's Ruinous Blast. Exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. So what do all of these cards do together now that I've sat here and listed them off and bored you to death for 5 minutes? Well, I'm glad you asked, again. Kethis is the main key element of our deck, which you probably could have never guessed from the name Kethis Combo. So, with him, we're going to be using these diligent excavators, oh my god, escalators? These diligent escalators and Ashiok to mill ourselves a ton of cards, throw a lot of legendary permanents into our graveyard, and then exile cards that we don't care about once they're in our graveyard, like our Teferis, our Fibblethrips, extra Lazavs, extra Tamios, to start the Synergy Gravy train rolling down those tracks. Once we have that, we're going to be casting Mox Ambers to continue to get Diligent Excavator triggers for free and generate mana off of our Kethis or Fibblethip or Lazav or whatever we have in play at that time as well. And then one of our two main win conditions is we can mill our opponent out once we start creating enough synergy with casting enough Mox Ambers, and if we have enough Diligent Excavators, or we can actually slap down Oath of Kaya repeatedly over and over again from our graveyard. We can probably cast 2 to 3 per Kethis trigger, depending on how much mana we have open once we start the combo, and how much mana we have left over from our last set of Mox Ambers. Usually it's like 1 to 2 that you can cast per each time, and then we just keep draining our opponent for 3 life until we win. That's the combo. Might not make a lot of sense if you haven't seen it yet, but it will once we actually get it in action. It's really annoying to play against, so we love it. In the sideboard, we have some cool sauce. Cerulean Drakes to deal with red decks. Just a free blocker forever. Legion's End to get rid of any pesky creatures CMC 2 or less forever. Elder Spell for any kind of Planeswalker deck that we want to be taking out all their boys. Another Ashiok if we need that extra graveyard exile ability or some extra mill in our deck. Unmoored Ego, if we want to start milling our opponent to get some like crappy combo pieces out of their deck or anything like that. This card is really good in the matchup. If you Unmoored Ego all of your opponent's Mox Ambers or Diligent Excavators, there is like no way they can win. Extra Tishars, if we need to be able to just bring things back for free over and over again if we're playing very heavy, removal-heavy matchup. And then Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, his static ability. We actually just talked about this in our EDH tech. The Laboratory Maniac ability actually lets us win the game. So, you know, I like winning the game. Hope you like watching me win the game. I think that's why you're here if you're watching this video. Extra Tameo, because why not? Told him you're a friend of wolves. Make some wolf boys. Gain some life. He's a legendary permanent. What's not to love? And then the Immortal Sun. If we are playing just once again a 2 Planeswalker heavy deck, and it's just worth it to throw this in here and lose our walkers, which is something we can technically do if we trade them out with enough legendary creatures and other spells. Probably won't see us use that a lot, but it is there for the matchups that we need it. So, that's the deck. It takes a while to explain, but that's the deck. And now we're going to queue it up right here in this bad boy. This is a traditional constructed league because we play with sideboards when we can on this channel. We only best of one and nene on our opponents when I think we get an added advantage from the best of one, which I could argue this deck gets because it actually wins against burn a lot of the time, and that is about 85% of any kind of constructed league, just regular constructed, no sideboard. But I don't think we've actually done... Yeah, I think it's been a couple weeks since we've done a traditional constructed league. Or no, did we do one last? No, I think we did. We did it with Teferis, I believe. So we definitely want to run it back this week. All right, 5 years after we queue up, we find our first opponent. I'm not gonna say his name; they'll get me in trouble. But here we go. We're gonna be on the play. Woo! All right, so this hand is actually looking pretty great. We have all 4 colors of our mana and 3 lands, which is pretty much perfect. We have an Excavator, and we have Lazav. So all we're really missing is a Kethis, which we can draw, turn Lazav into, or get back with Tamiyo. We also have a removal spell. It's not, like, great, but, like, it's good. Our opponent's going down to 6, so we are off to an even better start. I'm hoping, so like our plan, of course, is going to be turn 1, slam down this Temple of Silence. Hope there's a Kethis or another land on top. There's actually another Excavator, which I'm going to keep, because if we can get 2 Excavators down, we kind of just go off. Our opponent starts with a Swamp and a Sanitarium Skeleton. Okay. We're going to play Breeding Pool and our Excavator. Our Escalators. Our opponent follows it up with another Rebecca Gay land. Look at that beautiful art. And an Orzhov Enforcer. Passing it back, we find a Watery Grave, which we will put into play tapped. Play another Escalator. And pass back to our opponent. So, now we are pretty much set up to start milling ourselves like there is no tomorrow. Priest of Forgotten Gods is actually coming down next turn, which will suck for us. Knight of Ebon Legion, so our opponent is just playing, like, black taxes, almost. I think we're going to save Tamio for next turn, play this Lazav as sack fodder to the Priest of Forgotten Gods. But we'll double mill ourselves, hope to find a Kethis, maybe? Yeah, no, we don't find one, that's okay. We're going to throw this Breeding Pool into the yard. Temple of Mystery. Oath of Kaya can go in the bottom of our library. We just need to find Kethis and throw some Moxes in the yard. And if we can do those 2 things, we kind of just win. Midnight Reaper for that additive synergy. Yeah, we're definitely just getting rid of Lazav here if he decides to activate the Priest. I kind of want to Urza's Ruinous Blast, but that's also terrible for us because we lose our Excavators. You could argue if there was a line where I probably should have just saved an Excavator in hand. Now that I found another one, and we can't actually cast that because we don't control a legendary permanent, I'm just going to have to mill us again twice. Okay, we find Kethis and a Mox. With an Excavator in hand and 5 mana online, that just equals us going off next turn. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we're actually going to get there next turn. If Tamio stays alive, too, that would be great for us. Probably just going to kill our Tamio here. Yeah, that's exactly what they go for. Hope everybody watching right now is having a great start to their Saturday morning. I know I am. It's always fun when I get to play some Magic in the AMs. Yeah, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, getting rid of one of our Excavators. Yeah, our opponent's just kind of synergizing off here. This deck's kind of cool. But I think we can Nene on them pretty hard next turn. We definitely have enough cards in our graveyard to start trying to Nene on them. I will take 3 here, opponent. You will pump your Dork. Alright. We're going to throw down this Kethis and mill ourselves for 4 more cards. If we find another Mox, it's guaranteed we can pretty much go off. We don't, but let's start working through how this combo works once that really annoying graphic gets out of the way of our overlay. Alright, so we're going to get rid of a Lazav and a Teferi. Exile those boys forever. They're gone. We miss them dearly. Cast Mox Amber. Mill 1, 2 times. We just need to find another Mox here. Okay, we don't. We can still technically keep going, though. Oh, no, we can't, actually. Damn. I think that just gets us because we didn't find the second Mox in time. So So we just have to hope that we live through our opponent's next turn and find a Mox in our graveyard. We're at 9 life. I think they can just straight up kill us. I think. You never know, though. You never know. Maybe we do know. They're really thinking. Whatever they're thinking about, they're really thinking about it. Oh, well. There we go. They're thinking. Look at that. May our opponent one day make up their mind. Alright, so just going straight to attackers. Okay, I know exactly what they're doing here. This block feels terrible because I know what it's going to result in, but we have no choice but to feed into it. If we can find it to Char, we might be okay. And if he ends up getting rid of both of our excavators, we can just Urza's Ruinous Blast and try to restart. Yeah, he's pumping the Knight. That's good. He'll activate the Priest. Maybe? That seems really bad. You should probably cast, like, Sanitarium Skeleton or something first. Yeah, we have to sacrifice our Excavator. They can play a Swamp and deal 2 more to us, putting us at 1. Okay, they play a Chupacabra. We can no longer play Kethis. Yeah, and they'll deal 2 to us. This is a really weird list, but it's working well for our opponent. We play Sanitarium Skeleton. Alright, it goes back to us. Yeah, there's just not a lot we can do here. So we're just going to go wrap it up into our sideboard. Alright, so we have a graveyard, or not even a graveyard, a creature interactive deck. So what do we want to put in? Alright. Let's put in some Legion End to get rid of annoying creatures. What's bad against them? Ruinous Blast we definitely want to keep in. Teferi is pretty good. I just have to remember that every card, non-legendary card we take out, or every legendary card we take out, we're throwing in a non-legendary for right now. So we definitely want to be wise here. I think we just take out 2 Fibblethrips and run it back like that. Because everything else kind of has a purpose against their deck of why we would want to keep it. And we're going to be on the play. I've had worse hands with this deck. We can technically get started with it, so I am going to keep it. Maybe against my better judgment. I'm going to start Temple of Mystery and play Godless Shrine on tap next turn. Escalator on top, definitely good. I'm probably starting with a Knight or a Skeleton. Maybe a Duress. Oh, Gutter Bones, okay. Godless Shrine, untapped. Pick 2. Play an Escalator. Pass back. Well, what you got, opponent? Throw it at me. I like how they did this little overlay now whenever you look at your opponent, or your deck or your opponent's deck. Alright, Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Grossness, indeed. I'm going to Legion End your Priest. Get rid of your gas. We get to see all of your Sanitarium skeletons that are now useless. Play Temple of Malady. Urza's Ruinous Blast on the bottom. Let's just try to combo off here pretty soon. No attacks. So they have a removal spell. Yeah, they're going to use it, so that's okay. We're going to try to get some synergy going with Teferi next turn, find some more cards. It just depends what we top deck, too. If we top deck something better, we might just play that instead. Legion's End definitely came in clutch here, just literally shutting down their combo right away. Yeah, I'll take the hit. Yeah, I think the play here will just be Teferi. Bounce your Gutter Bones. Draw a card. Find an Oath of Kaya, that's kind of useful. Watergrave tapped and pass back. They play a Skelly Boy. Different Skelly Boy. And Knight. Okay. I am going to nuke their Knight plus Teferi. Reading Pool tapped and pass back. Just not letting Knight get out of control is going to be our key play there. Yep, 2 at the Teferi, 1 at my face. Drain them for 2. Sweet.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
So as long as I can find some gas here, we're actually looking good. We're going to mill ourselves with Ashiok, and then exile our opponent's graveyard. Yeah, we'll pass back. Actually, getting a Tameo in hand would be kind of good right now, I think. I'll keep gaining life off of this. It just makes it easier for us to combo off. Breeding Pool tapped. Okay, we're kind of flooding here. Let's mill ourselves again. Alright. Do we have 2 of our 3 Lazobs in our yard? We definitely do. So we want to be able to draw that next one or be able to play it through a Kethis or something. Alright, let's see where Thibblethip takes us. To a land. Fibblethip, how could you do this to us? We'll play Mox Amber. Oh, man. Well. Let's kill a Gutterbones. Which you can just replay. Make him spend 3 mana for 2 damage next turn is kind of okay with me, though. Well, we have enough land to do something once we find things to do. We just milled, like, all of our non-lands, though, which kind of sucks. Like, literally finding a Kethis would just set us up to win right now. Alright, well, we have 1 more turn left. What do you got, opponent? Alright, and that is GG's. See what's on top. Yep, that wouldn't have done anything. Dang, that stinks. Alright, well, we kept a 5-lander and drew all of our lands, so you can be mad at me for that one. Maybe some of you were mad. Maybe some of you were screaming at your computer monitors that I'm an idiot, and that's okay. I accept the hate. That's a risky keep. Um, that's a risky keep. That's a great hand, but it's also a terrible hand, so we can't keep it. This is a lot better. We'll put Oath of Kaya back. It's a lot safer. Watery Grave tap, pass back. We draw another Oath of Kaya, making me not regret putting our other Oath of Kaya on the bottom. Oh my god, we're just going to play so many Priests of Forgotten Gods decks, which are terrible against us. Find a Kethis. Hopefully we find a land next turn. I will definitely let you swing at me for one with Priest. Unless you're going to, like, drill bit us. Spawn of Mayhem. Alright, and we're not finding lands. Oh my god. We're doing terrible on stream today. Yep, deal one to each player, but that doesn't matter because you have a 4/4 trampoline flyer. Oh no, spawn number 2. This might be over pretty quickly for us. Oh, there's the land we asked for. Well, let's leave Mox Amber on top. Maybe we can just rush this into actually doing something. If I can get 5 mana, I can Ruinous Blast. But I think I'm also just dead next turn. Super dead. I wouldn't be surprised if they could just deal 4 damage right here. Yeah, we are literally 1 mana away from being able to cast Ruinous Blast. So we're going to pass into our sideboard. Well, I want Legion's End. Do I want to bring an Unmoored Ego? I feel like we just can't deal with spawns, so just getting rid of Spawn of Mayhem kind of wins us the game. They got 2 Fibbletips, a Teferi, and a Tamiyo. Let's try running it like that. Seeing how that treats us. That's a pretty brutal start, though. 2 Spawns of Mayhem right away. We'll be on the play. I'm keeping this all day. We don't have a lot of diverse mana here. We technically get black mana from Ashiok and Mox Amber, though. Opponent starting out with a Knight. We'll go to Excavator, cast an Amber, mill us 2. We actually haven't been able to combo off yet, which is kind of frustrating. Ooh, I should find it to Shar. Play an Ashiok. Mill us. Activate Ashiok. Mill us. Pass back. Now we can cast Shard next turn. Start returning creatures, which will be nice. Yeah, you can just hit us. I know you're going to pump your knight. If that's how you want to spend your turn, you can do it that way. Oh, they didn't even pump their knight. Okay. Spawn of Mayhem. Never don't have it. Mill us 2. Activate Ashiok. Mill us 4. Alright, we're at least getting all of our lands out of the way. My one concern, though, right now is we have no green source and only one black source that goes away if our Ashiok dies. But with Tashar in play, hopefully we will be able to start getting back some Fibblethips and creating some synergy there. If we find Lazav, that can be an answer, too, around our mana situation. We're just taking whatever they're hitting us with this turn. They can hit us for 7 if they want. Like, once again, if that's how they want to spend their turn, that's okay. That gives us another turn to set up. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. Because now they get a plus their Spawn of Mayhem next turn. So we pretty much have to win next turn. Alright, so we're actually going to be able to mill ourselves 2, activate Tashar, get back Kethis. Alright, so we're going to exile one of our Tamios, Kethis number 2.
This study is over.
Grab Teferi, mill us, return Fibblethip, keep 1, draw.
Right on schedule.
Bounce Spawn of Mayhem.
Like it.
Alright, now we're not super dead. What did we just mill? I don't think we can go off this turn, which sucks. I also wish I could actually look at my graveyard. There we go. Yeah, we just have to pass back and hope we don't die. We should be able to win next turn, though. And this Tashar is helping us get there. Yep, they're just going to hardcast Spawn. Go to attackers. If they want to attack, I'll block with Fibblethip. They don't. Alright. Just let us hit 1 Mox Amber, please. Oh, well. You ask and you shall receive. Let's activate Kethis. Get rid of Ashiok, Urza's. Now we can go off, I think. We'll go black, cast an Amber, mill, return Fibblethip. Alright, we find another Mox in the yard. Because of Tashar returning Fibbletips, we want to start exiling them so we don't lose the game eventually. We still have 14 cards left in library. Mill. Return Fibblethip. Get rid of a Fibblethip. Draw a card. Let's just blow up their knight. I think we're just going to mill them out now that we've drawn another excavator. We still have a land drop. We have 9 cards left in library. Let's cast Oath. Mill us once. Mill us twice. Mill them once. Return Lazav. Throw an Amber in the yard. Hit them for 3. Activate Kethis. Exile. Lazav. Fibblethip. Cast an Amber. Bring back a Lazav. Keep a Lazav. Leave a breeding pool on top. Add a black. Cast a Mox Amber. Target. 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 Well, we just bring back Kethis. Keep our first one. Opponent's at 34 cards left. Keep that Amber. Tap for a white. Mox Amber. Cast it. Target. 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 Alright, and they've realized they lost. Sweet. So, you gotta see the combo work once. Let's just run it back and see if we can get that easy peasy lemon squeezy win again. Look, I like this deck, and I think the combo is cool. But man, is it letting all of these really taxi decks just run wild right now? Because, like, I think this deck currently makes up, like, 15% of the meta or something around there. Which is nuts. And it's going to be completely unplayable, too, in, like, 3 weeks. So, because once Elder Ring comes out, like, literally half the key elements of this deck just rotate out. Excavator, Amber, Tashar, like, they're all gone. So, it'd be pretty hard to play the deck without those. Opponent's still thinking about their sideboard. That's okay. I don't know what else they would decide to sideboard because they pretty much saw our entire deck. But you never know. What's going on inside of the head of your opponent? Unless you're a psychic. In which case, hit me up. Our opponent should let us go first. This hand is keepable, because it lets us wipe our opponent's board. And we'll leave Kethis on top. I forget Legendary Sorcery's rulings. You can only cast it if there's creature or planeswalker. Okay. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. That's whatever. I will play tapped Breeding Pool and pass back. We have Oath of Kaya into Kethis. Ooh, Dreadhorde Butcher. Those are gross. Definitely have to pop the Butcher this turn. Shocking our face to pump the Knight. This is actually tricky now. We do have to pay 2 life here. Oath of Kaya. Kill the Butcher, which nets us 1 life because they're going to deal 1 to us again. I'm probably just going to play another Oath of Kaya next turn to get rid of Priest. Or Knight, depending on what they're playing. Okay, they are playing a Spawn. Never don't have it. Yeah, if I don't... Oh, no. Shoot. I can only get rid of Priest with this. We needed to hit another land drop there this turn, and we didn't. Yeah, and that's just game. Ah, that was Xaxes. Alright. Big disappoint. That didn't even last. That was 2 matches in like 40 minutes. Dang. Alright, we're gonna claim our prize of the pity cards. Grow our vault. Oh, man. Alright, let's run back a baby constructed event and see how we do if we can just combo off really quick with no sideboarding. See how, because I've been doing well with, I did some practice matches and that just when I had to get the combo down, and that was working well. So let's see if maybe this deck is better suited for best of ones. But man, that sucked. All these taxes deck that are running around in league right now. All right. Yeah, this hand looks great. Watery Grave. Pass. We just find an Excavator, we start comboing off, so... Hallowed Fountain, our turn. Well, Teferi's a good start. Pass back. If they play a creature this turn, we'll play Teferi to bounce it back. Those are those really cool Chandra sleeves. Steam Vents pass to us. I will Breeding Pool Teferi. Opponent might be on Jeskai Walkers. They're going to opt in response. Good old American Walkers.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
So what I could do here, I think I'm going to do, see if we can hit some like sweet synergy. We don't. My thought there is if we draw an Excavator or a Fibblethip, we could actually draw an extra card or play an extra card there that turn, but we didn't. Let's see what our opponent's going to play. Maybe a Teferi of their own. Yep. Which is okay. We don't actually really interact at instant speed at all in this deck. They're going to return our Mox Amber to our hand.
I've done the hero thing.
How rude. We'll play Tamio.
Dueling you will be research.
Here goes nothing.
And let's try to find a Diligent Excavator. We find one. And we will pass back. Now we're all... We have legendary permanents in the yard. We're like all set to go off already. So our opponent probably has this turn and we're going to win.
Let's try this.
What you got, opponent? Nothing. That's right, you got nothing. You can't interact at instant speed.
To the library.
Yeah, I think our best bet still is to go with the Excavator. See if we can find another. We do. So we're going to go Excavator. Excavator. Oh, we just fucked up super bad. Fuck me. Because this can't tap for black.
Bad idea.
those did. We should have tapped our mocks for that, but since I love punting super hard, we actually can't do that. Well, let's just mill ourselves a bunch for no reason. We could have gone off that turn, and I just punted so fucking hard. That's, like, not even funny. Ugh. Alright. Make sure you tap your mana right, kids. Because, yeah, that would have been... This is so... That's a combo graveyard right there. If I've ever seen one. With 2 excavators out?
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Do we want to Tameo next turn? We can Tameo to get back excavators if they decide to remove them this turn. They don't. They're just insighting and passing back. Discarding on their end step, probably. Let's see, they have 1, 2... They have 8 cards in hand. That's what I like now. This thing has, like, little cards in hand. It highlights what you're looking at, too. So our opponent didn't have anything good enough, which means we can probably still have a chance at going off. Alright.
Let me aid you.
Escalators. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's all 4 of our Moxes. That is GG's opponent. All 4 of our Moxes are in the yard. Let's get rid of Blast and a Kethis. We still have 19 cards in our library, so we're just going to keep milling to find more legendary permanents to exile. Keep this Amber. Tap it for a white. Oath of Kaya. Three their face. Cast a Mox Amber. Mill ourselves. Mill ourselves. Alright. Are we at 7 overall? Yes, we are still. Alright. So we'll hit ourselves with probably one more draw trigger. Give our opponent the GGs to see if they'll scoop. I'll do the combo. Like, I know how to do it, but if they want to scoop, it saves everybody some time. They just couldn't set up fast enough, so we just win. Get rid of a Fibblethip and Lazav. Mox Amber. Mill. Mill. Go with black. Cast Mox Amber. Our opponent gave us the GGs, but doesn't want to scoop. There we go. Now they scoop. They can see that we literally can cast almost every card in our library. Alright. Yeah, best of ones we usually nay on them a little harder, I think. So let's run it back for another one. Maybe that's just a great way. Maybe this deck's just great if you're trying to level up. Oh my goodness, I am so just sore still. Let me stretch. You want to level up your account, get to that mythic Ooh, we're keeping this bad boy. Get to that myth title on your account. This is your deck. You should be playing this. All right, we're able to drop a Tameo on turn 3, which that sounds pretty good to me. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds pretty good to me. Now we can find Excavator. We kind of just win. Yeah, you can play a Season of Growth. That's not a turn you're slamming big things in my face, Mr. Ramp Deck. So I'm chill with that. All right, we need to play this for our green source. Play Mox. Then actually put Tameo into play. +1 her, naming Diligent Excavator. Don't find one. Pass back. I actually couldn't even attack last turn because we killed their Pellet Collector with Fibblethip. Fibblethip is something I'm willing to sacrifice. He's just cannon fodder to me. I'm sorry, Fib. Playing Season of Growth, Numero Dos, and a Llanowar Elves. Still not doing anything that's, like, super scary. If they want to target their Beast Collector or Llanowar Elves with, like, anything almost, like, I don't see what really wins them the game here. We're gonna go for an Excavator.
I know.
Don't find one yet. I'll play Teferi this turn. Bounce their Pellet Collector. Draw a Temple of Malady. Play Lazav. Get a fun look at that top card. Hallowed Fountain in the yard. And pass back. So we're at 9 cards, 2 of which are Moxes in the yard. We have 1 Mox on board, so as soon as we find an Excavator, we should be able to combo off. I might even play another Tameo into Tameo next turn. No, I shouldn't do that. Collector. Resolve their Season of Growth triggers. Krell Harpooner. Kills none of our flying boys. Does buff their Pellet Collector to a 2/2. That's whatever. Green Stompulists like this, I thought they were dead. I thought they were dead. Let's get our Scry in first. Aha! So now we know we're hitting an Excavator off of this Tameo trigger.
Seek and find.
Why does our deck hate us so fucking much? Well, I guess we could have actually done it. I thought it was trying to tap out our black source so we couldn't cast Kethis again. Because Arena tends to do dumb shit like that 24/7. Plus our Teferi.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Exile Lazav Ashiok. Alright, just let me play my cards. Mill ourselves 2. So what I'm actually going to do right now is play out both of my Moxes. Yeah, we found some more legendary fodder. Keep this Mox. Pay another. And activate Lazav for 2 here, actually. So we get another Excavator online. And that's enough for our opponent. They know we're winning now with 2 Excavators and 3 Moxes. So they scoop. Alright. See, this is going much better in Best of Ones now. I don't know what it was. I think it was just the fact that we got paired up against literally, like, just 2 super aggro taxes decks. Like, black and then black and red taxes. Like, ugh, terrible. Alright. This hand's pretty keepable. We are just 1 green source away from this hand being the bomb.com. We're going to play Temple of Silence here. The Hallowed Fountain on the bottom doesn't do us any good. So hopefully between playing Watery Grave next turn, Fibblethip, give our opponent a good old-fashioned hello. They're going to revitalize in response. They're playing mono white, so we're definitely not going with the Oath of Kaya plan. We're going with the mill them to fucking death plan. Let's put a Godless Shrine in tapped. Cast a Lazov. Versus Ruinous Blast in the yard. Fibblethip in the face. Pass back. So hopefully, yeah, we just need to find a green source here to start going off with Tamio, and we should be good. They have Gideon's Company. That's annoying. It puts us on a definite clock here. Temple of Silence. Let's leave the Oath on top, because I think we'll just play Ashiok. Targeting ourselves. Was hoping to maybe mill Kethis there, because that could set us off too, but we do need an Excavator as well. So what we're really going to want is our green source off the top. Wow. Yeah, they're swinging for the fences here, huh? And you can take out our Ashiok. That's not our face, so I'm okay with you damaging it. But we're probably just going to ferry it back to your hand, opponent, so...
This isn't a fight you can win. Trust me, I have a plan.
I mean, classic play, but it keeps us alive. They'll replay Gideon's Company and put some counters on it. So we just seriously need to find this green source. Draw another Kethis. Not great to be drawing. Oath of Kaya. Hit your face. Teferi. Plus him.
Here goes nothing.
Pass. There's a Benalish Marshal. That's whatever. We can get rid of that next turn with our other Oath of Kaya if we don't draw anything. Up to 8/8 on Gideon's Company. Charm Stray. Gain 2. Put counters on the guy. Now he's a 10/10. Yeah, Teferi is dead.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Oh my god, are you kidding? We're not playing Esper. We have so many green lands. Where are they? Come on. I just need one, man. I just need one. Ugh. If I get a green land, cast Tamio, look for an Excavator. We're doing okay. We're taking 10 here. We're not dead next turn, but we're super close to. Actually, we probably are dead next turn. JK.
I know my responsibility. Let's try this.
Put that Games Company back in your hand. Put the Excavator into play. Now we've been able to dawdle so much. Just give us a green source. Just give us a green source. Oh my god, you are kidding me. We seriously just can't do anything. Like, we have 36 cards in our library, and we haven't drawn a single green source. Or milled a single green source. Like, this is just bad luck. Because what? We're running something like... Oh, well, our deck list isn't actually updated. Whoops. If they're gunning for Teferi, they get it. Yeah, Gideon's company is getting huge again. We're just going to block like this. Well, that's just insulting.
That's more like
Well,
it.
as long as they don't put an enchantment on their Gideon's company, we should be able to steal this win. I mean, that's a huge Gideon's company. We're going to be at a lot of life in a second. If there's gunning for Teferi, they get it. But yeah, they're going to hit our face with the company. I'm not letting that happen. Because that's just... we die if this hits us, so... Zav will block the company, so we don't take 20 to the face.
It's only a matter of time.
Yep, you have a 24-24 Gideon's company. Alright, there's a breeding pool. Let's play Kethis. Get it rolling. Pay 3 mana for a Tameo. Mill ourselves 2. Plus Tameo.
It isn't up to the library.
How about we look for some Mox Ambers? Oh, we find one. Play Mox Amber. Mill ourselves 2. Activate Kethis. Exiling Pibblethip and Urza's Ruinous Blast. Play an Ashiok. Mill ourselves 2. We have 22 cards left in the library. Mill ourselves 4 more. Oh, sweet. Okay, we found 2 more Moxes. Play Tashar. Mill ourselves 1, 2. This is just to get back all the excavators I can really quick. We'll go Kethis, Bibblethip. Play Mox. Mill ourselves 2. Return an Excavator. We will go with the black first. Cast a Mox. Mill ourselves 2 for return Lazav. Throw a Temple in the yard. And then mill ourselves 4. Alright, find another Mox. Find another Excavator. That's good. Play an Oath of Kaya. Mill ourselves for 4. Bring back an Excavator. Keep an Oath. Hit you for 3. Alright, we're going to activate Kethis. Exile Zav, Bibblethip. I just want to get to the point where where Tashar's triggers are going to stop bothering us. Because they are annoying as shit. We have 5 left. So we're going to go 2 triggers at us, 1 trigger at you. Return Lazav. Put Tameo in the yard, so we just mill ourselves to 0. I just want to make sure that we're not going to kill ourselves by accident here. Return an excavator. Resolve these 3 triggers. Play Oath of Kaya. Return Lazov, because if we return Fibblethip, we fucking die. Just have to make sure we don't return Fibblethip. That would be a punt that I would never be able to live down in Mom's Basement history. Our opponent is not willing to scoop here, so we're just going to have to go through the combo. Return Lazov. I'm getting rid of this Fibblethip, like, right away. Add a black. Activate Kethis. Alright, Fibby, where are you at? Unselect that. And, get rid of Kethis because his animation is worse. Alright. Now we should be good. Give our opponent the GG and see if they'll scoop. Doesn't look like they're willing to. I mean, they're dead after this. If we literally just cast a Mox, we win. Oh, go to their turn. And they lose. All right. Hate when we have to do the whole combo, but sometimes opponents are not willing to scoop with this deck. And, like, that's fair. Like, if I'm playing the combo, I'm going to make sure I know how to do the combo and that I'm willing to do it. Because, I mean, you kind of a POS if you don't, but you know. Because technically it's not an infinite combo. You do actually have to go through all of the steps. This hand looks great. So we're keeping this for sure. We have all of our colors of mana, a Kethis, Teferi, and 2 Fibblethips to help us draw through our deck. Opponent's going down to 6 with their God Pharaoh sleeves. Not as cool as our Soul Ring sleeves. Play a Breeding Pool tapped. Opponent, Woodland Cemetery. Well, we'll follow that up with a Watery Grave. Fibblethip our way into a Mox Amber, which is a good start. Wonder what they're going to play this turn. Okay, they're going to Thought Erasure us. Probably take Kethis if they know what's up. If they don't, they might take Teferi or Mox Amber, which doesn't really hurt us that bad. Knowing they have Thought Erasures, we're definitely playing Kethis if they don't take it, though. Only way I would do something different is if there's a Tameo that we draw next turn, in which case I would just slap that down. Okay, they take Kethis. That's a good choice. We're going to go Temple of Silence, Temple Garden on the bottom, Fibblethip, keep that one. We're just using it to get the draw. Find a breeding pool, play Mox Amber. Just, we know they have hand disruption, so getting that extra mana on board might be necessary right now. Maybe they're just playing some kind of like Sultai control deck. Looks like it. Risen Reef finds Temple of Malady. Temple of Silence. Teferi on the bottom. Play Teferi.
Sorry I'm late.
Bounce Risen Reef. Draw a card. Oath of Kaya. Hit them for 1. I'll let them replay the Risen Reef. It just stalls them a turn. I mean, yes, it gives them some card advantage, but I'd rather have us have card advantage right now as well. Kind of like mutually assured destruction. We find Oath of Kaya and Ashiok, which could prove to be useful. Boreal Grazer, maybe they're just on lands. They actually don't have a land to play, though. That's good for us. We'll play Oath of Kaya. Blow up the Risen Reef. Gain 3. Play Breeding Pool untapped. Play Ashiok. Know ourselves. Alright, sweet. We milled some stuff we didn't even want.
I'll protect you.
No attacks. Pass back. Alright, so we're just looking to find an answer now. Anything to jumpstart us. They play Cavalier. Okay, they're going to put their Field of the Dead in play, so it's definitely a Field of the Dead deck. No questions about it now.
Oh, I've done the hero.
Alright. We would have drawn a Ruinous Blast, which would maybe be okay, but it's not great, so I'm not too upset. Fibblethip into Tashar. Sweet, that's what we want. Temple Garden pass. If we can keep Tashar in play, and find any legendary spell, we can go off. I think. Or we can at least attempt to go off with it. Alright, they're going to Legions and Fibblethip, which just shuffles it back into our library. I mean, I'm not going to protect Teferi or Ashiok. Because we need Tashar. And they're going to get rid of Teferi. We'll drain them for 2.
Now what?
Main phase 2. They're looking at Tashar, which is making me nervous. I mean, they have instant speed interaction now that Teferi's gone, so, don't know what they're thinking about right now. Oh. Oath of Kaya sounds great to me. Play Kethis. We get their face. Activate Kethis. Exiling a Fid. Oh, they scoop. Some people just don't want to deal with the combo. It's understandable, because you can go through a ton to stop our deck from going off, and then we just say, hey, that was really great, all that hard work you just put in, but what if we just said F you anyway? Yes, this hand is great. Temple of Malady to lead us off. Oath of Kaya, not great. I'd rather find another land right now. That would make me feel a lot more comfy. Or a Mox. Mountain Firebrand. Alright, playing against Burn, which can get a little tricky for us. We'll play an Escalator. We have to Shar, though, which makes me not scared to throw our Excavators out here. If they want to waste all of their burn spells on them, we will likely just get them back anyway, as long as we find one more land. Or a Mox. Yep, Lightning Strike or Excavator. And Kethis is really hard for them to kill. Don't know why I played that untapped. But now all of our legendary spells cost less. So if Kethis survives this turn, we can Tashar and start getting back Excavators. Or we can Excavator Fibblethip. If we get a land, we could like Excavator Kaya. Sounds good to me. Or if they want to Bolt Firebrand Kethis and we get a land, play Tashar, play the Thips, get it back. Like, we have some lines right now. Like, this is a super toolboxy hand against Burn. Watch our opponent's time tick down. Yeah, they're going to probably double shot Kethis now. I'm cool with that. I'm saving this Oath of Kaya for if they actually play a creature that we care about. Light up the stage, finding 2 lands. That's great. I don't want to play Tashar yet. So I will play Excavator number 2 and see if they nuke it. Because we're not in a rush right now. We can wait till we can Tashar Fibblethip to actually get back Excavators or get back Kethis. Hit our face. Be able to bolt the Excavator. Oh, light up the stage. Find land, light up the stage. Probably gonna light up the stage again. Okay. Find 2 Steamkins. Adorable. I really want to save Tashar. So I'm just going to Oath of Kaya. Mill myself. Because this Tashar is really fragile when we don't know what 3 of their cards are in hand. So maybe they'll just play out their hand this turn. Yeah, see, they had a Lightning Strike. Like, I'm not trying to play those games right now. Firebrand. Yeah. Our Tashar was looking pretty dead. But I'm going to pay the 2 here. Return Kethis. Draws it to Fairy. That's great. Alright, so now we're set back up. Even if they get rid of Tashar right now, I think we should do okay. You can argue that we should have got back an Excavator, but I think there are better lines to take right now. Because worst comes to worst, we just find a Lazav. They play Steamkin number 2. Technically, it's number 3 that we've seen. They play Chain Whirler. So now they can really get rid of Tashar if they want to waste their Firebrand on it. If they do, that's okay. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and do that. We can also just use Kethis to get back Tashar. We're down to 7. Go to our turn. So if we exiled to Fairy Fibblethip, replay to Shar. Alright, let's do this. Fibblethip to Fairy. Gone. Recast to Shar. Have to play this Hallowed Fountain untapped. It's getting risky with our life total. Get back an Excavator. Cast to Fairy. Use to Fairy to bounce back their Steamkin that has 3 counters on it. Yep, draw a card. Alright. And that's all we can do this turn, and now we just have to cross our fingers that we can survive for a turn. Which we can use Kethis to kill any of their creatures if they decide to make some bad attacks. So we just need to find a historic spell to get us kick-started here. If we can historic spell into a historic spell next turn, we should do okay. Okay, so they're making some bad attacks. Yeah, we go down to 2 here. We're just trying to win next turn. I know it puts us dead to a shock. Ooh, that's not what we wanted. Alright. So if there was a turn that we have to cross our fingers our opponent top decks a land, it would be this turn. Because any burn spell kills us. Okay, find a Frenzy. Could be worse. They can hit double land on Frenzy. Alright, yep, and that's game. I mean, I just didn't really want to risk the Excavator there, which I think was... I mean, we ended up drawing another one, but there was no way to know that, so I think it was still the right play. We're still at 4 wins. That's our first loss of this one, so I'm still feeling good about how this deck is performing. I think we're doing okay. Alright. Excavator, Amber, Teferi, Urza. All of our colors. Decent hand. Alright. Breeding Pool tap, pass. So we are playing against Burn again. Burn is just so weird against our deck. We do really well against it sometimes, and we do really poorly against it others. Alright, they don't... Oh, they kept the one-lander Dream, man. Alright. That's looking good for us. Excavator, Amber, mill ourselves. Throw a Kethis in the yard. Would have liked to have that in our hand, but it's okay. We also have Ruinous Blast, which kind of just hoses their entire, deck entirely. Excavator's gone. Play Teferi. If they leave Teferi alone next turn to gun for our face, we actually get to go for a Ruinous Blast. Yep, Lava Runners. 2 at our face. Find Firebrand, Skewer. We are just going to pop this Ruinous Blast.
I'll protect you.
They can still deal some damage to us, but it's going to be a lot harder for them now. Find a Firebrand that was off of there. Light up the stage. Probably hit us for 1. Yep. Then hit us for 3 off of the Skewer the Critics. Yep, we're at 3. Alright, Kethis. Oh. Well. Has to be this turn.
Don't worry, I got this. Stand by and watch. Nothing.
Alright, and that's game. We can't really do anything past that. We were just living on a prayer there. That's okay. Alright, that's 2 down. 2 down, man. Doesn't feel good. Kethis Combo is doing moderate today. We've definitely done worse on stream, but we're not doing great. Alright, how does this hand look? Well, this hand looks like it's pretty good if we find a green source. Having traumatic flashbacks to the last time I said that, though. Opponent leads on a mountain because they're probably playing Burn. Play a Firebrand because they're definitely playing Burn. We will play a Watery Grave untapped into a Lazav. Reveal an Oath of Kaya that is going away forever into our graveyard. So not forever, but temporarily. I just wanted to be dramatic for effect. Good old lightning strike. Hit us for 1, maybe? I don't know what else you're doing if you're not doing that, opponent. Alright, Temple of Malady. Well, we can afford to play that right now. Put good old Fibs on the bottom. I'd prefer to find a Excavator or a Mox right now. Light up the stage. Great card. Probably play another Firebrand. Or unless they want to play a 2-drop from their hand. Looks like that's what you're going for, maybe? Come on, opponent. Yeah, Runaway Steamkin, sweet. So we'll just unceremoniously slam down an Oath of Kaya to nuke that bad boy. Goodbye. Go back up to 18. Give us a little bit more of a cushion against their Firebrand, just dinking away at us for 1 every turn. I guess right now they might have 2 Firebrands coming. I wouldn't be opposed to finding an Urza's Ruinous Blast right now. I feel like that could actually do us some good. But, line for next turn might just be Tamio to try to find an Excavator or a Mox to start setting us up for Kethis to go off. We're getting hit for 4 here. Ruinous Blast, which we just rip off the top because I'm great at naming things and making them appear. Let's try to find... I think... Mox. Oh my god, we milled 2 Excavators when I named Mox, of course. That would have been pretty nice to have in hand. Oh man. Click on our opponent's cat. Well, they're thinking. There's a Viashino Pyromancer.
Do not want to talk.
Alright, deal 2 to them. We lose Tamio.
Involved with my work.
Goodbye, Tamio. You will be missed. Play Lazav. Throw Fibs into our yard. He will be fuel for Kethis. Play Teferi. So my hope is if we play Teferi and Lazav here, we'll have enough to pop our Ruinous Blast next turn. Pop Lob Runner back into their hand. I know it gets haste, but everything in their hand technically does right now, so it's not like there's any added benefit for a certain thing staying in play or not. Maybe we should have just plus Teferi. I think we should have just plus Teferi there. I think that was a wrong play to minus him. Especially when all we're trying to do is pop this blast. Our opponent's thinking. Ember Holler? Okay. Are they just going to take care of our Lazav via Firebrand and Holler? Like, if they're willing to get rid of their board to get rid of our Lazav, that's okay too. So we're going to block Firebrand, which make them sack both of their creatures to get rid of Lazav. I think that's a good play. Making them 2-for-1 us is just the kind of edge we need here. It makes me okay with not playing Blast this turn. If they sacrifice this one to get rid of Teferi too, that would be great. Well, it's too late now, opponent.
Here we go.
Let's exile an Oath and a Lazav to play a Fibs, which seems bad, but it's all about we can play because we're not paying attention when we tap our mana like dumbasses. We also could have played our land untapped to be able to cast Tameo this turn, but I wasn't thinking ahead, so that's entirely my punt. That's actually great. I'm glad they got rid of their Firebrand, because then they have to dump 2 spells into Kethis if they want it gone. Pyromancer, kill Teferi. Yep.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Maybe play a Lava Runner. Oh, Pyromancer number 3, okay. I see you, opponent. Alright, let's activate Kethis. Get rid of Fib, Lazav. Play Tameo. Name...
Excellent. I think you will find
Actually,
my notes
can we go back? No! Oh my god, I'm just a fucking dumbass. I'm Excavator. Let's just Ruinous Blast this turn. Get rid of all 3 of their Pyromancers. Man, I've punted so hard like these last couple of games. It's not even funny. I need my Magic the Gathering license revoked entirely. I know that's not a thing, but it should be, and I shouldn't have one.
Hey, over here. No problem fire can't solve.
Alright, it's our turn. Hopefully this will be our last turn. Oh. Turn an excavator. Play Fib. Draw. Land for turn. Plus Tameo. Name excavator. Alright, sweet. We get an excavator. Play it. Play Lazov. Mill. Mill. Return excavator. Find another Mox. So I think we just won. Get rid of Blast. Fairy.
We will meet again.
Never sell for 6. Draw a card off Fibblefib. Draw Mox. Return Fib. Draw a card. Draw an excavator. We have 9 cards left in library. Hey, black. Let's cast an Oath. Grab another Fibblefib. Draw to Fairy. Alright, find our last Mox, so Drawing Train will stay stationed where it is. Keep our main Tethys, or Kethis. Pay black. Activate Kethis. Exile Kethis. Fib. Cast Mox. 1, 2, 3. Keep our Kethis we cast last turn. Give our opponent the GGs to see if they will scoop. Knowing our history with opponents scooping, they probably won't. Alright, keep Oath. Hit you for 3. Gain 3. Cast Mox. Mill. 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 Bashar, return Kethis. Keep Kethis. Keep Mox. Play white. Play Mox. Mill. 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 Bashar, return Kethis. Keep our hasty boy. Should click resolve all, so I'll do that. We might have punted, but we still got there at the end. Because we have the secured win right now. Play Oath. Cast Oath. Mill. 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 Opponent's at 12 cards in library. So the game might actually start yelling at us here in a second because it gets pissed off when you target someone over and over again to mill them when they have no cards left. Because after we cast this Mox, their library is going to be empty. Oh, you don't want to cast that. Definitely want to cast that. Go to combat. And for the memes, swing in with our Kethis. Bring him to -2. 0 cards in library? Heck yeah. Didn't scoop, made us go through it again. That's okay, we've done several of those now. Trying to show off several of the ways that this deck can actually win through the combo in case you didn't know, or you wanted to learn, or you think it's a dumb deck. But you're still watching. Oh my god. Whoa, why am I yawning and stretching and... Ugh, so much. Too much. This one's looking okay. Mono red for the 5th or 4th game in a row. I don't even know what else you'd expect from leagues anymore other than just like 85% mono red. Yep, hit us for 2. Light up the stage. I know how your deck works. I know you. I know you! Godless Shrine. Untapped. We're hurting ourselves. Owie. Play a Fibbles. Fibbly Fit. And pass. Alright, Chain Whirler. That is 1 dead Fibblethip. 2 to our face. They lose this other light up the stage from doing that, though, so... That's okay by me. Playing that, leave the blast on top. Play... another Fibblethip. Draw that Urza's Ruinous Blast. Pass back. They leave Fib alone and go for our face? Ooh, yeah, we have to take the damage there. They're probably gonna sack, blow up our Fib, yep. 4 to our face. Our beautiful, beautiful face. Oath of Kaya is a great draw here. Hit Chain Whirler. Play this Hallowed Fountain tapped. Pass the turn. If I physically can. There we go. Game was like locking up on me. Fiashino. 2 to our face. We can't take the 4 here from Risk Factor if they decide to cast it, so we have to let them draw 3 cards. Decline, let them draw 3. Hope it's 3 lands. We know it's not. Go white, blue, blue. Cast a fairy.
Right on schedule.
Return the Firebrand.
Try this.
Cast the Amber. Cast Lazav. Throw Teferi in our yard. Pass back. Shock our face. Yep. Can you deal 1 more damage to our face? Risk factor. Resolve. Decline. If they find another Firebrand or Shock, we just lose. Alright, gonna Wizard Lightning our Lazav to meme on us, and then hit us for 3. That's okay, we got close. Oop. Our opponent's gonna sack. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Do they not know what Oath of Kaya does?
This is hardly my worst feat.
Oops. You know, they still definitely win. But we took away their other risk factor. Game's not over till the game's not over, boys. I mean, they don't have a 2 damage burn spell in their hand. Lava Runner does not have haste because we exiled their yard. I'm gonna just die laughing if this actually prevents them from winning the game. Oh my god, it might. Oh, they had to skewer the critics. They were just memeing on us hard there. Hate when we get memed on. Hate when we get memed on. Alright. So that was the end of that. Got a bunch of gems because I have literally every rare in M20 now. Yeah, so that's probably just going to do it for today's stream. We had a lot of fun stuff go on today. We nay-nayed on some fools. We got nay-nayed on. And we also, if you were joining us earlier today, had our Commander, our Tulane deck tech video that I did. So I think all around it's been a pretty successful stream today. If you're catching us on YouTube, hi, thanks for watching, I guess. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button if you're there. Other than that, make sure you hit us up at Mom's Basement Games on all of our social media platforms. If you can think of a social media platform, we have an account for it. I'm not going to go that far, but if you think of a popular one, we probably have an account for it. Other than that, if you're not following our YouTube and you're watching this live, make sure you go follow our YouTube channel because it's pretty dope. Other than that, make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you catch our streams. Works vice versa. How do you like that? And if you want any sweet Mom's Basement Games merchandise, make sure you go to momsbasementgames.com for that. And we still have 2 open spots for streamers on the channel. So make sure you get in contact with us if you think that's something that interests you and something you'd like to do. We have some pretty cool opportunities coming up, and we'd like to include some more basement dwellers on the team. So, other than that, thank you for joining us on this wild standard ride today. I hope you had as much fun watching the stream as I had playing and punting on camera as much as I did. And without further ado, have a great rest of your day.